Daniel William Marsh, at the age of 15, committed gruesome acts of torture, murder, and mutilation against Oliver Chip Northup Jr. and Claudia Maupin on April 14, 2013, inside the couple's residence in Davis, California. Prior to this incident, Marsh had a notable record of displaying antisocial tendencies and engaging in violent behavior. During the evening of April 13, 2013, following a lengthy period of intense homicidal impulses, Marsh reached a breaking point and resolved to enact his long-held fantasies. As the early hours of April 14th approached, he departed from his mother's residence and roamed through the streets of Davis, seeking out houses with accessible windows or doors. Eventually, he stumbled upon the residence of Maupin and Northup. Marsh penetrated the window screen, intruded into the house, and proceeded towards the bedroom where Maupin and Northup lay asleep. Upon finding them in slumber, Marsh mercilessly stabbed both victims, inflicting fatal wounds. The assault was brutal, resulting in Northup sustaining 61 stab wounds and Maupin enduring 67 stab wounds. Subsequent to their murder, Marsh subjected the bodies of Northup and Maupin to dissection, disembowelment, and mutilation. The discovery of the couple's lifeless bodies occurred the following day. On the morning of April 14th, Maupin and Northup were absent from church, prompting concerns from their family. Northup's daughter Mary tried calling them but received no answer. Northup's son Robert and one of his grandsons then visited the couple's home. They left, believing Maupin and Northup were out of town. It was later that evening that Maupin's daughter Laura and police went to the couple's home. Laura rang the doorbell but received no answer. She then went around back, finding one of the windows open with its screen slashed. Looking through the bedroom window, she saw bloodstains. The police were able to see the victims' bodies through the window using a flashlight. Yet, despite thorough efforts, no trace of physical evidence surfaced. Marsh's actions yielded no DNA, fingerprints, or footprints that could be recovered. His capture only occurred subsequent to his boastful confession about the murders. Daniel Marsh engaged in gruesome acts, mutilating the bodies of the deceased victims. He performed extensive examinations and experiments by cutting their bodies open and exploring them. Additionally, he disemboweled them. Marsh went to the extent of removing Maupin and Northup's organs from their bodies. In a disturbing display, he attempted to extract Maupin's eye using a knife, but encountered difficulties. Instead, he extracted fat from her leg and torso. Curiously, he made an incision on Northup's forehead. Further displaying disturbing behavior, Marsh inserted a cell phone into Maupin's abdomen and a drinking glass into Northup's abdomen, revealing a disturbing and macabre mindset. On April 14th, Marsh boasted to a close acquaintance about his involvement in the murders. The subsequent day, he reiterated this confession during lunch, not just to the same friend but to others as well. Following school hours, he casually inquired with his girlfriend about her knowledge of the murders. Upon her negative response, Marsh enthusiastically detailed the crime, relaying specific details of how he had carried out the killings. Disturbingly, he smiled while describing the event and expressed his elation during the act. Initially skeptical, Marsh's girlfriend found it hard to believe his confession. The day after, he recounted the crime once more to another close friend, again smiling and asserting that it was the most satisfying experience he had ever encountered. Marsh's friend and girlfriend shared what Marsh had disclosed to them, yet initially refrained from reporting the confessions out of fear of Marsh. However, the situation escalated when Marsh's friend alerted the school authorities about Marsh carrying a knife on campus, resulting in Marsh's suspension. As tensions heightened, Marsh's girlfriend terminated their relationship on June 4th, citing feeling intimidated by him. Approximately 1 to 2 weeks later, during the midnight hours, Marsh illicitly entered her residence through the dog door, instigating fear for her safety. Frightened by this intrusion, the girlfriend confided in Marsh's friend about the incident. Subsequently, the friend approached Marsh's father regarding the murders, but unfortunately, Marsh's father remained unconvinced. In a critical turn of events, Marsh's friend chose to contact law enforcement. He later revealed to CBS 48 Hours that his decision to involve the police stemmed from Marsh's explicit threats of committing further violence. Subsequently, Marsh's friend underwent hours of questioning at the police station, leading to Marsh's arrest the following day on June 17th. On June 17th, a school resource officer brought Marsh in for questioning, where he was interrogated by Davis Detective Ariel Pineda and FBI Special Agent Chris Campion. Initially, Marsh vehemently denied any involvement in the murders, attempting to navigate his way through the situation. He resorted to sobbing and pleading with Campion, desperately urging him to believe his innocence. After 3 hours and 38 minutes of intense questioning, Marsh eventually began to confess. He expressed, that night I couldn't take it anymore. I had to do it. I lost control." Marsh disclosed to actively seeking someone to harm and breaking into the couple's home. He recounted the chilling moment, stating, "I went to their bedroom, I opened the door, then I just kind of stood over their bed, watching them sleep for a few minutes. My body was trembling. I was nervous, but excited and exhilarated. I was actually going to do it. I was there. It was finally happening." During the interrogation, Marsh chillingly asserted, "I don't feel sympathy for other people at all. Don't feel empathy for them." After his full confession, Campion posed a disturbing question. "You mentioned that pretty much everybody you meet, you have thoughts about killing them and how you would kill them. So how would you kill me?" To this, Marsh replied, "Just a lot of ways. Choking you to death with your tie, beating your face into the mirror until it broke and using the glass to cut your arteries, gouging your eyes out and just smashing your face into the wall. Nothing personal." Additionally, Marsh cryptically informed investigators that all the evidence you need was located in his mother's garage. Following a search of the garage, investigators discovered the bloody clothing Marsh had worn during the murders and the knife used to commit the heinous acts. Shockingly, Marsh had kept these items as disturbing souvenirs. Marsh faced severe charges, including 2 counts of first-degree murder. These charges carried special enhancements due to the deliberate killing of multiple individuals, exhibiting extraordinary depravity in the killings, premeditation in lying in wait to murder the victims, and inflicting torture during the commission of the murders. Additionally, he faced further enhancements for utilizing a deadly weapon during these heinous acts. Despite the gravity of the charges, Marsh pleaded not guilty. Daniel William Marsh is a convicted felon, sentenced to serve 52 years to life for the killings of Claudia Maupin and Oliver Northup, who resided 2 homes away from his father. He is presently detained at the Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility in San Diego. Marsh's history is marked by a troubling pattern of violent and antisocial conduct alongside significant mental health issues. Disturbingly, he had harbored fantasies of committing murder since the age of 10, aspiring toward the disturbing goal of becoming a serial killer.